Hi guys, welcome back. I am making my consultant appointment update today. I don't know why that seemed like such a tongue twister to me. I of course had my appointment a few days ago, but there was a lot went on and I needed to see the doctor the next day, so I'll just start off and explain what had happened and everything like that. So I first went, I had say 20 minutes delay on my appointment before we got in. Wasn't too bad, obviously we're having Lee there is okay to be sat. So once I got in to see the consultant, she was lovely and everything like that. She was really nice, and the first thing she said was, "You are here for a previous C-section." I was like, yes, along with a few other things. That is like one of the main things I'm here. She's like, right, okay. So we went into she just wanted to first explain like what my plan is for this time. She was telling me that if I want to have a natural birth, it is like a 75% success rate, but as with Ethan, I didn't dilate like I should have. I'm quite concerned about trying again because I don't want to be then rushed into another emergency C-section, because I find it really like worrying and stressful, and it's just not how you want your baby to be brought into the world. Where I said if I was to go for a planned, like instead of just risking it happening again and just go straight for a planned C-section, then it would be a lot less stressful and a lot less nicer and relaxed, you know. But I don't know, I'm not 100% sure which way I want to go yet. With Ethan, one of the main things I hated was I was on the monitor because obviously his heart rate was going funny, and I was strapped to the bed, and when I was having like little contractions and stuff, I just wanted to be up standing or on the birth ball or just rocking. Like I didn't want to be lay on the bed and strapped to the bed. And she said this time if I was to have natural, I would need to be strapped to the bed the whole time, which has put me off even more of the fact of even just risking it again. I don't want that. She said because she needs to keep track of me and baby, as there is a 1 in 200, like, so 1 woman out of 200 who's had a previous C-section would like have like their C-section scar rupture. So that's another thing. 1 in 200 isn't too many, but I'm not exactly feeling like I have the best of luck at the moment. So I don't know what to do yet. She didn't really say what she would prefer. She kind of like, I said I think I'm swaying more for a C-section this time. I also said I have a prolapse, which I'm really concerned about, and she said pregnancy actually improves that. After, that's when we'll decide what the plan is with that. But she said as you're pregnant, there's nothing we will do about it, and it'll cause no problems, it'll not affect birth. So that was really nice to know, because that was one of the main reasons I was concerned. So it does seem like it has improved already, and I am only like 15.5 weeks, so I'm happy about that. But I still don't know what to do. She said have a think about it, read our website, read the pros and cons for both, and tell me at 32 weeks when you're back here what you want to do. So I don't know what I want to do. I will make a video for you guys, maybe probably when I'm further on, with pros and cons, my worries, concerns, and hopefully I might know more then which way I want to go. I think I'm swaying a little bit more C-section this time, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I just feel like I should have been dilating when I wasn't, like with Ethan, and it took me 5 hours to get to 1 centimetre, and obviously just got fed up. So I don't know. But then I also mentioned that I was there for high BMI, and it's so frustrating because if they weigh me now, I am not a high BMI. I have lost weight in this pregnancy, and I just had like a really big breakfast before I went, and it weighed me more. And so I started off as a little, like I think a pound or two too high for a BMI. It's like 30.3, and I'm actually not. I'm like a 29.2 or something. So as of now anyway, but at the time I wasn't. I was just under 30. So they've got me on like as a high BMI start off, and it's so frustrating because it was just a big breakfast I'd had. I totally didn't even like realise to not have a big breakfast. But anyway, it's frustrating. But with having PCOS as well, they want me on aspirin, which I have here. They want me on aspirin throughout the whole pregnancy, which I'm not too concerned about. But then they read my blood results, and she said my blood count is low. My platelets, which is when your blood has trouble clotting. So I'm thinking, I've never had a problem with this before, but okay. I'm like, she said you'll need monthly blood draws throughout your pregnancy. I got one when I was there the other day. And I thought, okay, so I got home and I was like, if my blood's struggling to clot, why have you give me aspirin to thin my blood? That sounds really dangerous to do, because if your blood's too thin anyway that it won't form clots, why thin me blood more? It's like, that doesn't make sense. So I was like, right, I need to speak to a doctor. But then I also looked through my notes and she had my blood group as A positive, and I'm not A positive. I'm like, that's not my blood group at all. I am A rhesus negative. That's why I need the anti-D in pregnancy, which again she didn't mention I needed, which obviously I do. So I was like, this isn't even my blood, this is not my blood results, something's not right here. So I waited until yesterday, that's why I didn't get the update up on the day, and I rang my doctor and I said, I've looked at my maternity notes and my blood group is completely different to what's wrote down. And he was like, okay, what have you got wrote down, and I'll tell you what's on my system. I said, well, my blood group's wrong. He says, yeah, it's come back as A rhesus negative. I was like, yeah, that's correct. I said, my platelets are also low. And he was like, your platelets are not low. They're 283 or something like that, and they need to be between 150 and 500. And she told me mine were 140, so just a bit low. And they were 280 something, so they're like bang on in the middle. And I was so shocked that they'd made this mistake, because it is a dangerous mistake. It means that first she's tried to thin my blood more when she thinks my blood's too thin, when obviously it isn't. Everything is fine with my blood. It was very unnecessary worry and stress, and I could have just cried, because it was just another thing on top of everything else that was just wrong. So I thought that's really a big mistake. So obviously I wouldn't have had my anti-D. I'm glad I knew different. What happens if I needed a blood transfusion if I did go for C-section? It was just really, really scary, and it was a very silly mistake to be made. But that wasn't the only mistake made on that, well, not on that day, but in this pregnancy so far. I'm sorry if you can hear Ethan, he's now in his bedroom. I mentioned at my appointment, because for some reason the person who did my scan did not add it onto my records, that I had a fibroid. So I mentioned it, and she was looking at my medical records, my maternity notes, and she was like, it doesn't say anything about a one on here. So she sent like a member of our staff out to go round to the like ultrasound department to get the results. And they're like, yes, it's true, she does have one. It is quite big, it's 5 centimetres, it is high, so we're not too worried. But again, that is a mistake that should not have been made, and it has worried the consultant enough to want me to have growth scans, 3 growth scans at the end of the pregnancy. At I think it was 28, 32 and 34 weeks pregnant, or 36 weeks pregnant. So she's given me 3 extra scans, so it's worrying enough to get more scans. So I don't know, that's another mistake that could have been dangerous for me or baby, because she said it can literally stop baby's blood flow, like the blood flow to the baby, which stops baby growing, and obviously it can stop development and everything like that. So it's again another very dangerous mistake. So I'm so frustrated, and I don't know what to do about if I should change consultant. I don't know how these mistakes got made.
Going to Nana's?
Yes, we're going to go to Nana's when Mummy's finished. But it's just, I am so shocked that this has been made, and that is a second mistake that has risked mine and baby's life. I mean, luckily I noticed my blood group, because if I didn't, it could have been a lot more serious than it is, especially without having my anti-D injections throughout pregnancy. So it was frustrating. I can't wait to see my midwife next week to go through everything with her. And I know mistakes do get made, and that's why I'm not like, I want to complain, I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't want to see her anymore. It's like, at least she is taking it serious with the fibroid and everything like that, but it's just frustrating that silly mistakes got made. It caused so much worry, thinking my blood count was low. Also my blood pressure was just high of like the okay but high type level. It was just in the okay but was quite high, she said. But I think that was probably because I was being told that this is wrong, that's wrong, and this is wrong. So it wasn't a good appointment, but we get extra scans now. We are getting monitored a little bit closer, and my blood is fine. after all the worry, obviously I knew everything else would come back negative, as in like the HIV, everything like that. But I didn't think my count would be low, and it obviously isn't, but I thought that for a whole day. And then giving me blood thinners when my blood is too thin, it just doesn't seem right. But anyway, I'll leave this here and stop talking because I've made this super long because there was so much to say and so many mistakes to be made, and I just needed to have a little rant about it all. So thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Mama,